Hi, everybody. This is ADDMORE Services. I'm Colin Adley, the founder and president of ADDMORE, and we're going to be talking today beyond borders. Beyond borders, what does that mean? It's near and far outsourcing, basically. But in particular today, we're focused on near outsourcing, which is our Latin American talent and how it's powering the AEC innovation, um, particularly here in the United States of America. It's enabling scalable and manageable control for companies and cost-effective savings. Speaking today will be myself, as I already introduced, and Ivana Salas, who is our account manager based in Venezuela, and she is responsible for the whole of Latin America for me. Hi, Ivana. Welcome to the webinar. It's nice to have you on today.
Thank you, Colin. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you. We're so lucky to have somebody like Ivana in our team. And as you'll see at this course, well, Ivana is also an architect, well-educated, speaks fluent English, has worked in the USA before remotely. And this is the caliber of people that we have at ADDMORE Services. In regards to ADDMORE Services, to give you a bit of an overview before we get into it all, we specialize in providing bespoke business solutions focused on offshore outsourcing, both project-based and professional talent. Now, generally, when it's the United States, we are starting to do, we have two business models. We have the professional talent and we have project-specific. When it's project-specific, it's basically done in the Philippines with the core of people that I started the company with. When it's professional talent for America, we tend to prefer Latin America because of the time zone proximity especially for architects, interior design companies and things like that. So today, that's where we're focused on, nearshore Latin America, providing more focus on professional talent to augment your teams. We are headquartered in the United States. I'm based here in Las Vegas, where the company was founded. We have the main company talent is from the Philippines because that's where I started my business with people that I knew and worked with in the Middle East. But we have now developed into Latin America for convenience of our customers, especially we started from Miami and New York, and we are finding fantastic talent there, really well-educated degrees, master degrees, either did their masters in America or they've worked remotely in America, speak great English. Colombia, Argentina, Venezuela, the three main places I would think today that we're working out of. But there's a huge talent pool there of tremendously talented people that American companies should seriously be looking at. And we offer services that help businesses achieve seamless operations. So our offshore team will work as part of your onshore team. And the way we've got our processes from years of experience, it really is seamless. And you can measure the growth of your company. You'll be able to do more work because you'll have more power without the fixed overhead. We have actually, as a company, we have a lot of experience. I personally, this is my 50th year in construction. A lot of the people who are based in the Philippines, for example, have been with me 20 years and plus, both in person in companies that I was a COO for in Dubai, and since I started my company in 2020. So we empower professionals and deliver excellence through offshore outsourcing. That's what we do. There is a talent challenge in the architectural engineering construction industry. And the industry is evolving rapidly, but the talent supply isn't keeping pace. I know, being in the last stage of my career, that people my age group, we are in the next 5 years, a lot of us are going to probably retire. Then who's taking those slots and where's all that experience going to come from? So it is a real industry issue. I know, for example, I'm a member of the Chartered Institute of Builders in the United Kingdom, and they are actively involved in promoting that, as are many American institutions. And it's something we all have to focus on, because there is a lot of young people who are just not coming into the industry anymore. Let's take a look at the key challenges that are driving the need for smarter workforce solutions. I know, speaking to several companies throughout America, specifically the Midwest and its more rural areas, there's a huge shortage locally and, apart from globally, locally, of skilled professionals. So their business size is being restricted. They may be getting offered projects that they could undertake. They have this technical skills from the management there, but they just don't have the bodies to be able to man up and cope with it. So they're losing business. So this is why people have to work smarter. Rising project complexity and deadlines. Every project now, the deadlines seem to be shorter and shorter and shorter. What you used to build in 36 months, they now want it built in 18 months. I mean, I worked on the Fontainebleau Hotel in Las Vegas, which is a $4 billion project. We completed that in 3 years. I mean, that's huge, with 4,000 rooms, 6 acres of swimming pools, 38 F&B restaurants, theatre, convention centre. It's just phenomenal what was built in the time period. So you need the talent to be able to do that in the new time frames being required. You need skilled, experienced people. There is a lot of pressure to reduce costs, and also, obviously, without any compromise of the quality. Now, our talent will definitely be equal to any on-site talent that you would hire in the USA, and they do all the tests for us. We do extensive pre-vetting of anybody that joins our talent pool. You know, they have language tests, they have we do a psychological test, we do technical tests, and then if the company that we're proposing the people to want to, we'll even give them a test that they've required. So they are well tested and professional people. That is no doubt. There is definitely a need for flexible, scalable workforce models. Not every company can increase their manpower. They get one big job. They're scared to take it on because they're going to take it on. They're going to buy new computers, find office space for the people, all the HR and everything else that is associated with that. Where if we work with a company like us, you need us for 3 months. We work for 3 months. At the end of the 3 months, we've done the service, you paid us the money, we will reassign ourselves to other projects, and if you need us again, you get back in touch. So we are not increasing your fixed overhead. We are just a project expense. That makes a big difference. That one people should think about carefully. Okay.
Okay. So why
Pass
Latin
this one over
America?
to, yeah, I'll pass this one to you, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So why Latin America? When we think about outsourcing, cost usually it's like the first thing that comes to the mind. But location is just as important. And that's where Latin America really stands out for the AEC firms in North America. First, there's virtually no time zone difference. That means that when your team in the US or Canada starts their day, we're starting ours too. So you don't have to wait until the next day for a reply like you often do with Asia. Second, the talent pool. Latin America has a strong base of professionals with technical engineering backgrounds, from architecture to design to construction, who are ready to work on international projects. English proficiency is another big plus. Many professionals in the region speak at a high level, which removes communication barriers. And then there's cultural compatibility. We share values, work styles, and communication approaches that makes it easier to integrate into North American teams. And of course, it's cost effective compared to hiring locally in the US without sacrificing quality. In short, with Latin America, you get talent, proximity, clear communication, and cost efficiency all in one package.
Excellent. That's a good summary of why Latin America. Latin America, I've realized since I've been working in the USA, especially if they want the same time zone for the professional talent, Latin America should be the first choice. For if it's gonna can be done offshore by project specific scope of works, where the people don't need to respond or be available to the office in normal working hours, then the Philippines is
Exactly.
fine. But otherwise, our first choice now, and we are growing our team in Latin America. And I'm hoping that some of you will be able to come and visit us soon at the Chicago Design and Build Show, where we'll be exhibiting, and we'll be available there to discuss in person any concerns or any more information that you might require on outsourcing or outsourcing to Latin America. Rethinking how we build AEC teams. It's a good heading. And owners of small, medium, and even large businesses need to think about it. With the complex projects and the global talent shortage, AEC firms that are looking to grow and stay in the top 10, 15, 20 of their categories are reevaluating how they build and manage their teams. Change is a necessary part of life, and things have changed. We have AI interacting all over the place now. We have BIM, we have a lot of new technology that maybe people don't have those skill sets in-house or don't need to have that skill set for 12 months of the year. So, for example, with BIM, you can come to me and say, I don't have Revit architects, but I only need them for 3 months. Ivana and I, we will find you, we'll put a team together for you of talented Revit architects who will work under your control, under your direction, and you can take the projects on. You don't have to turn projects away. We are basically a white label service. We can be behind the scenes. People don't have to know that you're outsourcing to us. We do the work for you. When our goal is to make our clients happy. Your goal obviously is to make your clients happy. We are not looking to have our branding on everything. So it's a white label service and it's a discrete service. Confidentiality, privacy, security is high on our list. Firms do need smarter and more agile approach because that need balances out the quality, cost, and control. The need for a flexible, scalable workforce model, it's there. If you're not realizing that already, you're already falling behind. It's time to relook at how things are working. It's not just the COVID thing now. That since COVID, a lot of people started working from home and not working out of offices. It's not just that anymore. The benefit isn't just saving some costs. There is a lot of benefits to scalability that without increasing, as I said earlier, your fixed overhead. It's much more beneficial, I believe, to enable you to grow and let it be a project expense that's scalable for you. In-house hiring, I mean, we all know it's costly and time consuming. If you want to find a good architect, a good estimator, a good 3D modeler, it can take a month, 2 months, even 3 months to get the person that fits your culture, fits your limitations or requirements, I should say. Where we do that for you. We have Ivana and her team, me and my team. We work together. We do all of that pre-qualifying. We'll get 400 or 500 CVs. We'll go through them. We'll do all the interviewing and everything. So we don't charge for any of that. That's not part of our business model. So in terms of making revenue, so in-house hiring costs you money, and it's expensive in the United States to use recruiting companies. Our recruitment is free. You will only pay when you engage somebody, and you'll pay a monthly rate for a person that is at least 60% less than what you would pay a local person. There is no added on hidden recruitment fee in that figure. There's no one-off setup fee. So it really is a no-brainer to me. So people need to really stop and read this page and think about it. Traditional outsourcing in like a typical BPO company that started more in the Asia back in the day, and is where some of the major like call centers and we specialize in architecture, engineering, construction. But in some of those other companies that are in the industry for BPO, they often lack transparency and lack integration. Well, we're the opposite. It's all about transparency and it's all about integrating into your company with your people and your culture and your standards. So that's a big plus. Many firms are seeking hybrid models that offer both control and efficiency. So what we decided to do with our professional talent model is to offer two different ways of doing it. We can do the same thing. Ivana and I can go out and find you your Revit architects. Then you have a choice. You can get us to have an account manager stroke team leader, and you just give us directions of what you want done, and we'll control the team, follow their daily output, manage their time, and so forth. Or that team of those people that are hired can report directly to your in-house team leader, and you just treat them as part of your team, except as if they're working remotely in Washington, New York, Miami, wherever. You just treat them as part of your in-house team, and you will give them directions. And our account management, we will only support to make sure that if there's any issues or any problems, we'll be there to support. Because we like to keep in-house, we like to keep training and upgrading our people, that team members that are working for people with any new information and things like that. So we do all of that for you. You don't have to worry about it. And the concern that a lot of people have is the control. Well, you don't lose any control on either of them. You don't lose control, because even if you're giving us the instructions, we're 24/7 available to you. We're on the same time zones. We follow what you're asking us to do, and we deliver within that. But if you really want to have the control of speaking to the actual individual architects or 3D modelers, that's what we do. And that really suits, I think, the smaller teams. If you only want one architect or two modelers or somebody part-time, I think that probably works well. You just have them and you just direct them directly. However, what we also do, so if it gets to a team, obviously when it becomes a team of 5 people or more, we recommend that you have a team leader in that team, even if you're going to manage them with your own team leader, so that you have one person to speak to, give direction, and more senior in the group. And what we also offer, which is really interesting for some companies that are growing, is we offer a professional offshore division, which is basically a team of people that become your offshore division. So if you don't have an in-house BIM team right now, do you need to really get more office space and buy more computers and more software and do that? Or why not, if you're going to do that, do it more cost effectively offshore with the right talent, with all the right software, and save 40% at the end of the year on 5 people? You're talking a lot of money. You're probably saving $250,000. So if you go to our website, we've actually put a cost calculator there. You can click any role, of like architect, senior architect, junior architect, 3D modeler, and we put in what we think is the average USA, because in so many states everything varies, but we put the average USA cost of a person, and we put approximate rate of what we charge. You'll see the savings are huge in a year just on any one person. If on an architect you're saving $50,000 a year straight away, easily. So you take 5 people, $250,000. That's in your profit, not in your fixed overhead category. So it's something really to think about and really look forward to. And do not worry, you do not lose control. Now, I'll summarize this. This is a bit more detailed about what we've just discussed. Flexible offshore solutions fit your workforce. We have the client managed, which I discussed. We've had ADDMORE managed, and both of them offer skilled, vetted professionals as we go forward. So I think we can move forward on from this one. All those who are attending will get a copy of this screen deck. Anybody who later on requests it via email when we'll advertise this over LinkedIn, you can also get access to this and to the full audio recording of this webinar. For client managed, we've discussed that. ADDMORE managed, I think we've really just discussed that in detail sufficiently. You've got choices is the main summary out of those screen decks there. How we make it work. We've touched on this, but from recruitment to onboarding and ongoing support, we're the ones going to do the heavy lifting. No recruitment fee to you in terms of the professional talent. So we do the talent sourcing and vetting process. We're already well connected, like Ivana, myself, and others in our team. You know, we're already well invested into the market. We're known to the professional talent that's out there. We're consistently filtering and growing our professional talent pool. We spend a lot of effort on this. Ivana, particularly for Latin America, for the architects and 3D models, she does a lot of this work with her team. Does excellent job. So you're getting all that work done before you touch anything for free, no charge. And part of that also, not only will we send you CVs of candidates when we've done the vetting and we've done all the testing, we'll send you 2 or 3 candidates. You pick the guy you like or lady. We will then send you a 2-minute video of that person, self-interview, so that you can see them, hear their accent, make sure you feel comfortable with the look, sound of the person. And from that point, we can then set interviews that you now feel comfortable technically from the CV. You feel comfortable from the video self-interview with the communication that would possibly be held that her or him his English language is suitable. And we will have already ensured that before it gets to you anyway. So that is all done for free. That's a lot of effort on our part because our part is to become a long-term partner with companies. We're not in this for the short game or for the quick buck. We're here to become your trusted near shore outsourcing partner in Latin America, in particular for the USA. Onboarding and cultural alignment. All our people, before they join any company, we have our own kickoff and onboarding process where we will go through some of the cultural things of the USA to make sure. But in fairness to the professionals in Latin America, anybody who's degree educated is a professional person. If they haven't visited America, they're already pretty familiar with culture. We just focus a little bit more on workplace culture, certain things that are done, not done in the USA. So we take care of that. That's because being culturally aligned is key. And but with Latin American professionals so far, we're finding they integrate very well with the US companies. IT setup and infrastructure. It's very simple from you. It's virtually zero. We just set up. We're going to work remotely, so we're going to use Dropbox for large files. We're going to use Teams for meetings and communication. We're going to use email as well. So we have our own system to set up our people. Everybody working for us has good internet capabilities. They have the right computer equipment that they need and hardware. We ensure all of that from our end. So we are very, very closely monitoring in terms of anti-cyber issues. So protection of data and security is high on our list. And we give ongoing support to our clients and to our team members. And we monitor performance. And if it's a monthly fee type arrangement where you're just taking a person, Ivana will call in once a month or once or twice in the month. And if there's not been anything coming from your side, saying, hey, how's it going? You happy? Are they settled in? Is everything going well? You happy with performance? Anything you want us to follow up for you on your behalf? Because obviously, if there's some direct instructions that we really want to emphasize to the people, Ivana then can speak with them in Spanish and make sure that there is 100% clarity on that. Of course, in America, anybody who needs Spanish speak bilingual people speak Spanish, all of the people from Latin America is bilingual. So that's a big advantage. And we have many on our team who either can speak Italian or French. So we have some companies, let's say in the furniture business, who want a professional from us, but they want somebody who can speak Spanish, they want somebody who can speak Italian, because they're speaking with factories overseas on their behalf, and we can provide that. And that's readily available in Latin America. It's a big asset. Okay. Getting started with ADDMORE is very simple. We have a discovery meeting. So if you phoned us, you're an architectural company and you phone us, you would have a discovery meeting with Ivana and I. We will listen, we will try to listen very carefully what it is you want. The more clearly you can provide the details of what your requirements are, is better for us to understand the team members that you will need. Some of the companies we work with have been very helpful in giving us a written type document explaining a little bit their company, their culture, and what they're looking for specifically, a little bit even more than just a job description. The more we can get, the more we can refine our searches and filters and interviews to bring you the people that you want, because we are your partner. We will make sure that we're looking to get you the right people, not just fill a seat to take a dollar. We're looking to give you the right people, make the service good, whether it's for 3 months, 6 months, or a year or more. We want you then to want to come back to us. We want this to be a long-term relationship. Talent matching and onboarding. Well, that follows hand in hand from the discovery meeting. If the discovery meeting is well explained to us and the documentation of the scope that's required, it is much clearer for Ivana to do the talent matching and onboarding with the people in Latin America. So in order to help her and myself to do the job properly, the talent matching will be as good as the information you give us to fill the role. The first 90 days, what to expect. If it's a 6 month or a year, or just an ongoing hire where you want the person to stay rather than just hiring somebody locally, you want to carry on with a nearshore engagement. Within 90 days, the first 30 days, anybody joining any company in the world has to adjust, fit in. There's always a bit of adjustment. Get to know the people, everybody gets to know each other, how it works. By the second month, it should start running very smoothly. By the third month, it should just be, just as an in-house person in your own company. So in the first 90 days, you should be getting the people that deliver the jobs in the time you want, to the quality you want, and you have our full support. If somebody ever wasn't meeting that for whatever reason, because we'll get personal problems in life which could impact our work performance. If anything came up that you weren't happy with, there's no you don't have there's no refunding, but we will immediately find you a replacement, and we will put extra effort in to make sure that that person would not have the problem, whatever it was. But with all the pre-qualification, the vetting, and the interviewing we do up front, there should be to date, that has not happened to us in 5 years. So, but if it does, we'll replace them. As I said, we will support the client. We'll keep regular contact. Ivana's available. I'm available. Other team members would be available. The communication tools that are preferred by us, well, I should say by me particularly, is I like WhatsApp. I think WhatsApp's a great tool. But is Teams. We use Teams for meetings like this. You can do a team meeting. We don't mind. That meeting can be recorded. It can be shared with the other team members as needed. If a team leader came and had a meeting, he can record the meeting, share it with his other team members, and clarify it all to them. So how that works for me, having worked with a lot of non-English, so say not first language English speakers, he would be able to have the meeting, take all the directions, and have another meeting with his team, who would be good in English, but maybe not the same proficiency as him. He would then, with that recording, be able to go through it and run through it in Spanish, for example. So to make sure it's better explained. Teams is a great tool. We use it a lot. Um, there are other communication tools that you may have in your own system. We're always open to look and work with other people. People have asked us to use Slack and other tools. Some of them I'm not particularly fond of. I don't find they perform as well. But we're open. We know it's your company, your standards. We'll follow you. So that's pretty much our explanation about Latin American teams. You can contact us on our website if you have any other queries, or you can email us at outsource@admoreservices.com, and Ivana or I will get back to you. If you've got anybody listening now, if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. If there is no questions from anybody, then I think we'll just wrap this up today, and then we'll share this in clips on LinkedIn. And as I said, anybody who is attending will get the recording and they will get the screen presentation. Anybody who wants it can apply on LinkedIn, just email us and we'll send them full screen deck and the video at their pleasure. So I hope that's been useful. Try to give some information there. I think Latin America, everyone has been looking at Asia. Latin America is a gold mine. And I think the rush is starting to get over there. There is a lot of outsourcing companies now starting to pop all over the place, but a lot of them don't have the experience how to do it well. And some of them are trying to be too big, too quick. And we're not we are not a small, tiny company, but I would say we're medium sized. We only run about 100 to 150 people at any one time. And that's the niche that we're comfortable within because we want to maintain that personal contact with our clients. So you can schedule any free consultation with us and discover our ADDMORE services can transform your operation. Book it now or go online. And we have an exclusive webinar office as well. For anybody who's attending, we'll give them a copy of this really good ebook on scalable drafting support for a joinery manufacturer. Because one thing I didn't mention from Latin America as well is related to our services. We have 5 major services. We do architectural shop. We do shop drawings for subcontractors. We do architectural drawings and BIM for architectural and interior design companies. We do cost management, quantity surveying, estimating. We do MEP, all aspects. Everything that's done remotely, we're doing it. We have alignment with a F&B consultancy, which is nothing at the moment to do with Latin America, though. So we have, for all the roles that service provides, we can bring people from Latin America to service any of those, whether it's a subcontractor needing a joinery AutoCAD, maybe a microvellum engineer, or an AutoCAD joinery cutlass specialist, whatever it is, within those scopes of service that we have on our website in the architectural engineering construction field, we can help you. So contact us, guys. We're available. You've met Ivana. She's going to be the one who you'll be meeting if you're an architect and you call us and you want a meeting. It will be Ivana and I on the initial consultation. And looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much. And Ivana, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure having you on the webinar. I know it's your first one with me. And we're so grateful to have you on board and all the work you're doing for us.
Thank you, Colin, for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, that will be it. We'll leave this meeting now.